Catholic social teaching is contradictory. I hear that sometimes from my new students, and on the face of it, you might think they have a point. Because what they're usually picking up is on the apparent tension between two main principles of Catholic social teaching, the principles of solidarity and subsidiarity. So what are solidarity and subsidiarity? In Catholic social teaching, solidarity means that we each have a duty to care for the material well-being of others. Solidarity says we shouldn't deprive others of a just wage or of the material necessities which allow them to live in a way fitting their dignity as children of God. Subsidiarity, on the other hand, means that we should respect the role of individuals and local groups in meeting their own needs in unique ways. This means avoiding interventions from higher centers of power or applying one-size-fits-all approaches across many communities. For example, imagine a large apartment complex in a nearby town had a devastating fire. The principle of solidarity says that neighbors in the region should mobilize financial and human resources to help all the families affected. The principle of subsidiarity says we have to make sure their intervention respects the leadership of the most local actors they can find, perhaps by making resources available through contacts at the closest businesses, hospitals, and churches. The risk with solidarity is that we try to help by swooping in from the outside, assuming we have better ways to address their material needs than the individuals involved or those that live closest to them. The risk with subsidiarity is that we can choose to see others' problems too much as just their own to solve, and we even use it as an excuse to not help them at all. The tension between the two principles isn't just an academic question. It should have real implications for you and me in our own lives. After all, we want to be good people. And what is a good person to do when you become aware of individuals or groups in other cities, states, or even countries with significant material needs? It seems like a conundrum. Should you help them directly, which is solidarity, or should you leave them alone to help themselves, which is subsidiarity? Well, there's actually a key for unlocking both solidarity and subsidiarity at the same time. And the key is this: the promotion of human dignity. It's clear how the principle of solidarity promotes human dignity. Saints throughout all of church history have preached solidarity, always by emphasizing the dignity of those in need and the urgent duty of others to meet their needs. And it's always worth revisiting the reason why. It's a profound insight after all, and it could only come from a church founded by Christ. Pope Pius XII said that solidarity comes from Jesus Christ's decision to redeem every single one of us by his death and resurrection. In other words, abandoning people in need by denying them essential goods is an offense against Jesus Christ, who loved them so much he was willing to die for them. He even insisted that his followers treat the least among us as if they were our Lord himself. So Jesus established a clear and very high standard for solidarity. But what's often less clear to new students of Catholic social teaching is the critical way in which subsidiarity promotes human dignity. It insists that every one of us, including the most needy among us, has a role to play in ensuring the common good, including the good of their own families and neighbors. Pope Francis said this about subsidiarity. He said, "There is no true solidarity without social participation, without the contribution of intermediary bodies, families, associations, cooperatives, small businesses, and other expressions of society." Pope Benedict XVI also made this point when he said that without the principle of subsidiarity to guide it, the principle of solidarity can give way to paternalist social assistance that is demeaning to those in need. But how could helping those in need be demeaning to them? Pope Benedict explains subsidiarity respects personal dignity by recognizing in the person a subject who is always capable of giving something to others. By considering reciprocity as the heart of what it is to be a human being, subsidiarity is the most effective antidote against any form of all-encompassing welfare state. So to return to the new students I mentioned, are solidarity and subsidiarity really in tension? Well, only if we try to apply one to the neglect of the other. But when we apply them together, always with an eye to the human dignity of all involved, solidarity and subsidiarity become the best framework for addressing society's problems. I'm Andrew Abela, Dean of the Bush School of Business at the Catholic University of America, for Edify. Thank you for watching this video. I invite you to watch my Edify video entitled Woke Capitalism.